Hi guys, so today we're going to talk about Nancy Drew, the final scene, but before that I remembered last week I didn't show, when I had to refilm, I didn't show you the Treasure in the Royal Tower smiley faces. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the final scene. And how we're going to do this is I'm going to read you the character bios of the characters first, and then we're going to jump into what I like and dislike. So let's talk about the characters. So Brady Armstrong, the star of the show and the last person Maya would have seen before her disappearance. Is Brady worried that his show might not go on after the theater has been demolished? Joseph Hughes. He has spent an entire lifetime in the theater and is currently its manager. Joseph loves the theater and would do anything to save it, including kidnapping a journalist to stop the planned demolition. Nick Falcone. Nick's lifeline might not be tied to the theater, but he's part of a zealous historical preservation group that uses unorthodox tactics. Would kidnapping Maya be a means to his end? Simone Mueller. Simone, a Hollywood agent, thinks Maya's kidnapping is a great opportunity to drum up more press. Could she have set up the kidnapping as a publicity stunt for Brady? So she's like the agent, which I think I said, yeah, Hollywood agent. Okay. So let's talk about my likes and dislikes of the game. The letters and the music, as we've said, that will be a common theme throughout probably all of the games. I feel sorry for Joseph. You'll find out through the game that we find out more things about Joseph and even his past and things like that. And it just makes you feel sorry for him because he is an old man that, like, you know, he loves that theater so much. And, like, if the theater goes down, what is Joseph going to do, basically? You know, like, he spent his whole life, you know, like I read, he spent his whole life basically working in that theater, like, you just kind of start to feel bad for him because, you know, you find a sheet of paper that, I don't want to give spoilers, but you find a sheet of paper that says something. And, you know, and he even says, now, what do you want to go digging in an old man's life for? And, like, things like that. And it just makes you feel sorry for him. Brady irks me because Brady is one of those people that's, like, so full of himself and stuff like that. And so it's just kind of like he irks me because I just don't like those people. Simone equals bonkers. Simone is completely just like, she's not even thinking about like Maya as a person or that, oh, she was kidnapped, we should go into finding her, we should help Maya. Instead, she's just like, oh, I'm using this kidnapping to promote publicity for Brady. Brady's gonna find Maya, bring her home, Brady's gonna be the hero. It's like, ma'am, someone was kidnapped. This isn't a publicity stunt. Nick Falcone is hilarious, and I love him so much. He's fantastic. Wardrobe line equals the best. So when you walk into Simone's for the first time through this secret passageway, she's on the phone and she says, I may have to cut this short, Hal. Someone just climbed out of my wardrobe, and it's the funniest line. Sergeant Mac Ramsey should be fired. You call a police officer about the missing persons police officer. Sergeant Mac Ramsey does not do his job. You're literally doing his job better than he is. And it's just like, I hate him. He literally does nothing. You have to call him, but he literally does nothing for you. So there's something that Nancy says that so it's like, there was a key here, there was a key here. And the more times you press it, it starts to like make a beat. Like, there was a key here, there was a key here, there was a key here. So sometimes I'll just press it and I'll just start bopping along like this because it makes a beat. So there's where she's trying to lift up a box. And it turns into a beat because she's like, again, it's like, ah, 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 ah. So it's like that sound. And if you just put it on a beat, like I can't beatbox, but if like you put it on a beat, like it's just interesting. The old games have a lot like that. Bess's voice in this game is what about Maya? Like it sounds like that. And it's like Bess had like such a good voice in the first 4 games, and then for them to come out with this voice, I'm like, what the hell happened to Bess's voice? Fancy Jackson. So the reason why that is said, because Simone is like, when Nancy explodes at Simone, she's like, honey, this spunk is like this this girl power thing is red hot right now, but we need to think of a stage name. Nancy Drew is so utterly forgettable. So she gives us Samantha Quick. And then she says, Fancy Jackson. It's a little disco, but I think you can pull it off. And the funny thing is, when we talk to our friends about Fancy Jackson, they're like, ooh, Nancy, that's disco. Like, Bess is like, ooh, Nancy, that's disco. And George is like, but I think you could pull it off. Or like the other way around or whatever. But yeah. So, Fancy Jackson. Yeah, okay, we talked about that. Magician game. So there's a magician game in the basement. And you play it, and it's like, find the ace of spades. Keep your eye on the card. Of course, this first time I played, literally like I got it on the first try. That doesn't happen usually. But yeah, I think only one other time that's happened, but you get the prize. And then if you go to play it again, he breaks and his head kind of comes off and he breaks, and it's kind of scary. But I like when you click on him again after he breaks, and Nancy's like, this magician needs some first aid. It's funny. Eustacia Andropoff is a mood. She's someone that we call on the phone, and she's like, everyone I know, they're dead. Or, well, he's dead. So, what does it matter? Like, it's such a mood for people who are just so depressed and, like, pessimistic, like myself. I'm depressed. Like, I have depression, which you guys probably should know by now. And I seem to be I'm very pessimistic a lot of the time. Like, I try to be optimistic. I'm good at being a little more optimistic now in life, but I used to be very pessimistic like her, and I used to act like in Eustacia, so she's a mood. The light falls and the threat plays. So at one point in the game, there's a light that will fall and the threat will play from the kidnapper. And usually the threat would just play without the light falling, but sometimes you could time it where the light falls and then the threat plays. My sister likes to do that. Joseph has pretty eyes. So when you're stuck in, like, when you find the thing in the magician's room but you can't move the pieces, you have to knock on this, like, trapdoor type of thing. And when Joseph opens it, he's right up in your face, and you can see he has really pretty blue eyes. Death by electrocuted gate. So there's one point where if you don't take the rubber gloves from the magician's room, you could touch the gate and you can die. Nancy's scream is very realistic in that death sequence. I can't recreate it. Magician's room. I like going through the magician's room, and I like seeing all the different things that magicians would use back in the day when they do shows there before it was the theater. And, you know, well, I mean, it was always a theater, but you know what I mean, like before it showed movies, basically. This is the line I want to put in. If you saw a cut, it's because I accidentally said the culprit's name. The culprit seems to gesture to the marquee at the end when we're up in the room. And so, like, it's like, that light. And it's, like, gesturing to it. That's probably not what was happening, but that's what I saw it as. Or it's like, that light, you know. Nick's face on the magazine at the end, the one with Brady, is hilarious because he looks so, like, disgusted. Brady's like, hey, yeah, and Nick is just like, I don't want to be with, like, here with you. So it's a very good game. I definitely think the games before then aren't showing how important phone characters are, and I think this game is trying to point out how important phone characters are. So I'm going to show you the smiley faces, and I'm going to cover up where I wrote the culprit's name. And then There's one. And it says laughing with it. Yeah, that one. And then Nick's face. So there it is. That smiley face for Nick's face with Brady. It's also laughing. But yeah, so that was the final scene. Let me know what you guys think. I know a lot of you may not connect with these videos because you don't know the Nancy Drew games, you don't play the Nancy Drew games, but if you guys do know somebody who knows the Nancy Drew games or wants to find new video games to play, show them these Nancy Drew videos, maybe they'll want to play them. Also, I don't have the box for this game either, so the thumbnail of this video is also going to be this game cover. Just so you guys know, you can buy all of them on Her Interactive except the original Secrets Can Kill. That's why I said for that one you might have to look on eBay and everything. It might be on Steam, I'm not sure. I think the Nancy Drew, well, my friend played the Nancy Drew games on Steam. So they're on Steam, they're on Her Interactive's website. If you want the original Secrets Can Kill, which is better than the remastered in my opinion, you can find it on eBay. Maybe it's on Steam. I'm not sure. But yeah. Anyway, so please like check this stuff out. If you want to watch walkthroughs, you can. Argle Fump does them. He's the Nancy Drew dude on YouTube. He's made a lot of Nancy Drew videos. And you know, like, we're doing a lot with Nancy Drew. We're going through my likes and dislikes of the games. We're having me rate every single Nancy Drew character like I did with Degrassi. We're having me do, like, who I think should date who in the games. And then we're doing, what is it? Then we're doing me playing the games. My boyfriend is currently seeing if I can use his laptop to stream and play the games on. So hopefully that works. If not, we're going to find another way, but we will find a way that I will be able to stream these games so you guys can see how they are and see if you'd like to play them yourself. When I do play the game, there will be spoilers, so just know that. But yeah, so yep, that's all I have to say. I hope you guys have a great day. I love you guys. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!